So hello guys, so today we are going to talk about the PHP. So what is PHP? PHP is a hypertext preprocessor and it is server side scripting language and it is open source and free to download. So PHP uses the data types, So there is a 8 data types in the PHP, which is strings, integer, float, boolean, array, object, null and resources. Before you doesn't know about it, then we can continue it to one by one. So guys, first is the PHP string. So already you guys knows that string is a sequence of characters like the hello world. A string can be any text inside the quotes. You can single or double quotes. So for example, you guys see is on the screen here there is a double quotes and the single quotes, but there is a difference between them is nothing because both of are the string. I hope you guys are understanding. Next one is the PHP integer. So an integer data type is a non-decimal number between the you are seeing the on screen those numbers. So there is some rules for integers, as an integer must have at least one digit. इंटीजर के अंदर सिर्फ 1 डिजिट होना चाहिए एंड इंटीजर मस्ट नॉट हैव अ डेसिमल पॉइंट. इंटीजर में जो है डेसिमल पॉइंट बिल्कुल नहीं होना चाहिए एंड इंटीजर कैन बी आइदर पॉजिटिव और द निगेटिव. सो इंटीजर जो है पॉजिटिव भी हो सकता है एंड द निगेटिव भी हो सकता है. इंटीजर्स कैन बी स्पेसिफाइड इन अ डेसिमल बेस, हेक्साडेसिमल एंड द ऑक्टल एंड द बाइनरी नोटेशन. So in the below example you guys can see variable x is equal to 5985, then the var dump is the like a echo where you can show the output like this. Fourth one is the PHP float. Float is a number with a decimal point or an exponential form. In the below example you guys are seeing that variable x is equal to 10.365 and the var_demp is the data type which can show the value of the variable x. So this is example of the float. Fifth one is the PHP boolean. In the PHP boolean you can represent two possible status, that is the true or the false. When a variable x is equal to true and the variable is equal to false, which will show the output in the form of true or the false. What is array? Arrays store the multiple values in the single variable. So we are going to move on to the screen. Here you guys are seeing the screen as the below. There is an example PHP, then $cars are is equal to arrays. जैसे कि आप देख रहे हो कि कार एक वेरिएबल है, इसके अंदर जो है ना मल्टीपल सिंगल वेरिएबल्स हैं, जैसे कि कार की वैरायटीज़ हो गई, राइट. दैट इज़ द वॉल्वो, BMW एंड द टोयोटो. देर इज़ द डेटा टाइप और यू कैन से देर इज़ अ मल्टीपल वैल्यूज स्टोर्ड इन अ सिंगल वेरिएबल. $car is the variable and the remaining Volvo, BMW are the values of them. I hope you guys are understanding. So next one is the object. Object are defined from the classes in the object oriented programming like the PHP. So when class is defined, we can create many objects out of the class X. For example, car is a class and it is defined, then Mercedes, then the Volvo, BMW, Studa, all are the objects of the class car. So a class is a blueprint of the object. So I hope you guys are understanding. So next one is the PHP null value. So null value is a special data type which can have only one value, which is null. So variable of the data type null is available that has no value assigned to it. For example, you guys are seeing the below, that is $x is equal to hello world and the $x again is null. So var dump is equal to x, then this is the null value. So variables can also be emptied by setting the value of the null. So last but not the least, that is PHP resources. So the special resource type is not actual data type. So it is an storing of reference of functions and resources external to the PHP. So as a common example of using the resource data type is the database cell, and we will not talk about the resource type here since it is an advanced topic. So I hope you guys all enjoyed my videos. Then if you guys like my video, then like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is YouTube Tech.